Are you a first-time home buyer and you're looking to stretch your money so that you can purchase your first home? Hi, I'm Rebecca Foote with the Rebecca Foote Mortgage Team, and today I have a super special guest, and I know I say that a lot, but this is Ashleigh Garancheski, and she has been with us. She's what made me a team way back in 2015. So Ashleigh, I'm super excited for you to come on video today because I know video is one of your favorite things to do.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
So today we want to talk to our clients about grants. And we are going to put the disclaimer out there that, we say first-time home buyer, but that does have different definitions depending on what grant it is. Correct. So we just want to make sure you understand that some of them might be a true first-time home buyer where you've never owned a home, and some might be you just haven't owned in the past 3 years. And there's just some different quirky situations. So to talk to you about your particular situation, please reach out to us and we'll be able to guide you correctly. So, Ashleigh, you deal with all these grants day in and day out. So one of the biggest ones we deal with the most is probably Cumberland County grant, right?
Yes, Cumberland County does offer a grant. It does depend on income guidelines and some possible housing restrictions, but it is great because it offers you as a prospective buyer $3,000 or $5,000 towards the purchase of a home, which that could mean a lot. That could go towards your down payment and your closing costs, which in some situations I have some people what could double or even triple their money.
That's completely true. And these are matching grants. So at Cumberland County, you put in $1 and they give you $3. So to get $3,000, it costs you $1,000. And to get $5,000, it's $1,667 that you have to put into the transaction of your own money. It cannot be gift funds from parent, relative. It has to be your own money. But it is possible to get that $3,000 or $5,000, like you said, to use towards the purchase.
Correct, yes. And we've had multiple clients in the past use it, and it's not just limited to one loan type. We could look at using it with a conventional loan or even a government loan as well. So again, we look at your situation and going to see what's best for you, and so we kind of pair it up that way.
And with Cumberland County, the location is the county itself.
Yes.
And like you said, you can use any loan type. It is a forgivable loan as well. So 1/60th gets forgiven. So over a course of 5 years, every month 1/60th gets forgiven. So the whole entire grant is forgiven. It does record a second lien at settlement.
Yes.
But then it's forgiven, and after 5 years, they will go and satisfy it.
Yep, and that means you don't have to pay it back or anything like that. They truly gave you that. No, again, there are some other requirements for that. Yes. There's always a counseling class that you have to take, and we can assist you in getting those done. You can do those in person, online, depending on people's schedule, but we will help you get you signed up for those as well.
Is there anything else that we want to touch on with Cumberland County?
I love the Cumberland County grant. I think that if you're able to, it never hurts. It's almost like free money as long as you meet the requirements. Now, it is a first come, first served basis, so the money might not always be there, but again, it doesn't hurt to fill it out and ask, because maybe you're on a waiting list and maybe you're next in line. So, and they do work with you as well. So they're very nice over there at the Housing Authority's office, and they can definitely answer any questions that we might have or that you might have too. And they're rather quick about getting you approved and looking through your documentation.
And I believe once you get approved, you have 6 months to use it. But
correct.
But I've called over there, like you said, and said, hey, they got a house under contract, but we don't settle till month 7. They are more than willing to extend it. They've always been very helpful.
Yes, and even during COVID, I had a client who he was having trouble finding a home, and it was taking him a little bit longer, and he called over there and he was able to extend his as well.
Yeah, they're definitely a great group of people over there. So
they are.
So Dauphin County has one, and it's pretty similar to Cumberland in the fact of the matching. You give $1, they give you $3. And it is just a $3,000 grant.
Correct. So Dauphin County is limited to $3,000. Again, they have the same. You need to take some form of education class, and they also have some income requirements, just like any grant does. And the Dauphin County one, the biggest difference is you have to repay that back. So if you would sell your home, you would have to repay that back, and that is specific to Dauphin County and how they're able to continuously provide this grant to individuals.
Yeah, they don't run out of money like Cumberland County does.
Correct.
Because
Yes.
you pay it back. So, and the other thing with Dauphin County is they have a limit on the price of the home. So Cumberland County does not. Now there's income limits with these, so naturally you're going to cap out at some point. But they have a sales price limit, which varies per year typically. So that's going to change from year to year. But that's the only other thing that's really different with
Yes.
Dauphin County.
Yep.
Okay. Now York County has one as well.
Correct, they do.
So talk to us about that.
So York County has a first-time homebuyer program as well, and it is either going to be between $5,000 and $7,000. It just depends, and specifically for York County, it depends the location of the property. So the city of York is slightly different than the remaining part of York County. And again, same thing. There's income requirements as well as some education requirements that are needed, and also some property requirements. So again, sales price of home and different things like that that could potentially fluctuate each year.
And Lancaster County as well.
Yes, Lancaster County and York County, their grant program is with the same company.
Tenfold.
So they're very similar, but they have a few different uniquenesses as well to separate them. And again, Lancaster County, you have to have certain income guidelines as well as the education. The sales price, it does vary from Lancaster County to York County, the sales price of the home, as well as the amount that is given to you as well.
And it's important to know that when you call into the Rebecca Foote Mortgage Team, we are already looking with what your income is, where you're looking to buy. Are you able to apply for any of these grants, or are you outside of their guidelines? So it's not something that you have to ask us about. If we don't tell you about it, it's probably because you don't qualify for one reason or another for the grant programs.
Correct, yes.
So is there anything that we should add to any of these, Ashleigh, that we're not thinking of?
No, just give us a call because these guidelines do change. It's just like mortgage guidelines. You know, last year's guidelines might be slightly different than this year's guidelines, and it's just all based upon each of the different locations and where they get their monies from to be able to give back into the community to help people achieve their dreams of purchasing a home and having this home ownership.
And I guess really there is one thing. So you have to apply. They all have their own application. And don't be surprised if you have to put things with them like pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, a lot of the same documents that you give us, because they're making sure you're under the income limits. They're also making sure you don't have $100,000 in your bank account that would, make it so that you can't get one of the grants.
Yes. And if you have any questions on looking at some of these guidelines or just verifying, hey, do I qualify for one of these? I'm looking into purchasing a home in this area. Please feel free to reach out to us. We'll definitely walk you through it and see what we can do and just make sure that, hey, everything matches up. Yes, let's proceed.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on today, Ashleigh.
Thank you.
And I'm Rebecca Foote, again, Rebecca Foote Mortgage Team, and we would love to help you get a grant for your new home. Thanks for tuning in, and please make sure you subscribe.